Hello, everybody. My name is Austin Whittaker. I am a alumnus of Lipo United World College and also a member of the UWC-USA Selection Committee. Today, I will be walking you through the application. I'm going to be starting us from the online application page after you've already created your account and walk through some of the questions that are prompted, as well as some pointers on what you as a student or as a parent or even as a counselor to a potential applicant should be looking for when filling out the application. So let's get started. Okay, so now you should see on my screen here in the application page right after you have begun it. Essentially, this is the welcome to the application page. Go to next on the page in order for the information to be filled out. Make sure you fill out all required fields, and it's important to look out for spelling, capitalization, and punctuation, as this is an application to an academic program. So we are often looking for writing that is well executed in all forms. And then after you've gone next, you need to check the review and submit page to check your data before you submit finally, and you should receive a electronic notification that your information has been inputted into the database. All right, so next here. So again, some just requirements for the application. This application also covers applying to the Davis Scholarship. October 15th is the early application deadline. Fill out all of the required information here. So just further, I'm just filling out this test account. So the first name of the selection is the committee test account. So I just put that as the first and last name. Gender, let's go male, because I happen to be the one filling it out. Current grade, let's say that this person is an 11th grader. As an applicant, you can apply as a 10th, 11th, or 12th grader, as long as your birthday follows the guidelines in part of the application requirements. So again, demonstrative purposes only. This applicant is an 11th grader. Your enrolling school is UWC, and we can get into the specific campuses that students can express interest in at a later time in the application process. But for now, you can select enrolling school as UWC. In addition to Davis Scholarship, will you be applying for need-based financial aid? Again, going back to my own experience as a UWC applicant, I was applying for the Davis Scholarship as well as need-based financial aid. So I'm going to select yes here. Again, I'm going to these are going to be placeholder numbers here, so not a real phone number. So make sure you fill out a home phone number. Again, home phone being just a primary phone number that we can contact the applicant at. Right, and then demographic. So again, just be honest and truthful. We want to know who you are as an applicant as part of your life here. So just be honest and truthful about all of this. Again, I'll use speak in keeping with the placeholder numbers here, placeholder values here rather. I'll just go with what I filled out. So this particular applicant, has lived in the same city all their life. And that could be you. That you could be somebody who has moved around quite a bit due to your family situation. Again, all of that is fine. We just want to know who you are as a applicant to UWC and as a student, as a person. Make sure you upload a copy of the required documentation here to verify your identity. Then again, these are placeholders here. So I'll be using myself as an example. I am not Hispanic or Latino. I am Black, identify as Black or African American on this particular slot here. First language is English. We didn't speak any other languages at home for me. So again, placeholder here. If you do speak another language at home, or if your first language is a language other than English, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you are selecting the details that correspond with who you are as a person. Okay, so yeah, self-report your GPA. Again, be truthful here based off of your academic record. Say this applicant, say attends public school, so you're not receiving, again, just be truthful here. If you are attending a school where you are receiving scholarship or financial aid, select yes. If you're not, or attending, a school that, there is no financial aid, then select no. This applicant will have not applied to UWC before. And so if you have a UWC, any UWC affiliation, if you select yes, you can check all those who that apply. If no, select no. Either way, perfectly fine. Just be truthful. And then how did you hear about UWC? Again, check all that apply. Who are the primary adults in charge of looking after this student and an applicant to UWC is what we're looking for here. So I'll go ahead and skip all of this for now, but just, make sure that you fill out all of the information as truthfully and accurately as you can. At least one of the contacts needs to be the legal guardian of the student. If the student has more than one legal guardian, they should be contact one and number two. If you want to add additional contacts, you can as well. So you can add more contacts, but the first, contacts that the committee needs to be aware of is who are the parental legal guardians of the applicant and student. And then after that, if there are other additional contacts that would need to be included given the living or family situation of the applicant, those should be added as well. Here's where you can adjust the priority which contacts are called. So you just have to, from the name at the top and then the drop down, just, select them. So say if, one contact have priority of one. So this parent and then the reverend and then contact one would be priority number three. How many siblings the applicant have? Again, we want to have a picture of, the family life of the applicant to sort of set context for, who they are. So this applicant has 2 siblings, and then just fill out, truthfully the information of the siblings of the applicant. In addition to the applicant filling out this information, ask one teacher to write you a recommendation that knows you well, and one counselor to submit a school report as well as a recommendation. And so you send these links here to your teacher and send this link here to your counselor. If they don't, for whatever reason, want to utilize the links, the counselor or teacher can submit the recommendations directly to the committee at this address here. And so here you need to list all high schools that you have attended. So starting with the current school and then in reverse chronological order of the schools that the applicant has attended. So say, for example, the applicant has gone to 2 different high schools, then they should have the schools they're at now, as well as the information of the previous school, if that applies to the applicant. Next, extracurricular, personal and volunteer activities section. So you should choose the 3 to 5 activities, whether they are with extracurriculars, family, community, or hobbies that are the most meaningful to you, and you should prioritize them in order of importance. And then in addition, you should ask one person who is an advisor or sponsor of one of these activities to submit a recommendation to the committee before your application deadline at admissions@uwcusa.org, or you can send this link here to that advisor or sponsor for that extracurricular activity. And then again, be truthful, describing the nature of the activity, what grades you participated in the activity, any how often you did it, how long you did it, you do it in a particular year, as well as the description of your responsibilities, if you have a position or specific achievement or honors in this activity. So for example, put myself back to when I was an applicant, the most meaningful activity for me back then was the first tee of Memphis. I participated all 30 weeks in a year. So at that time, I had achieved the rank of Eagle. It looks like there's more space to describe the activity in the describe the activity section. so than it is in the responsibilities, positions, achievements, and honors section. So if you want to go into more detail about what the activity is to help provide additional context, you can do so in the describe the activity section here. And then you can just might have to be more brief in your responsibilities, positions, achievements, and honors section. Do the same for other activities as well. We want to know sort of what makes the student a more well-rounded individual who can demonstrate UWC values through their extracurricular activities, as well as be able to show the ability to work well with others outside of purely academic context. Please write a short essay between 150 to 250 words on each of the subjects. The first topic is, why do you want to go to UWC? What do you hope to gain from the experience? And how do you think you can contribute to the UWC mission? Again, for this question, again, be truthful, be honest, think through yourself, deeply in terms of what about UWC resonates with you. What about the experience do you hope to grow from? And what are the things that you've demonstrated in your life so far, whether it's through personal experiences that you've overcome, through extracurricular activities you've been involved with, as well as your academic track record that you can provide to your UWC campus should you be selected, as well as beyond your matriculation through UWC in order to further the mission of UWC. And then next, please describe a situation you've experienced in which you recognize and overcame your own assumptions, biases, and prejudices in pursuit of greater understanding and tolerance of others. You may also choose to describe such a situation which continues to challenge you. Again, with this question, be truthful, be honest, as well as demonstrate introspection around your life experience, or even the experiences that you observe in the world around you. So it can be something hyper-personal, it can be something sort of more localized to your community, or it can be an issue that you recognize in the wider world around you, so long as you can describe that situation in detail and how it relates to your own assumptions, biases, and prejudices in pursuit of greater understanding and tolerance of others. And then if the situation is still challenging to you, you should talk about that as well, and how you are continuing to pursue overcoming that challenge. So the personal statement is going to be a bit longer, about 400 to 500 words. You select one of the topics to address the personal statement. So the first one is about, you don't have to pick the three examples here, one of the three examples here, or try to address all three at once, or multiple issues. It can be, again, truthful and honest to what you feel is compelling and impacting you, and how you will contribute to that solution. And then also, if you don't want to select that topic, you can refer back to your extracurricular activity, so you can go into even more detail around the impact of that activity on yourself, your community, or the world, whatever scale at which you can speak to its importance is what you should be selecting to speak about in your response. All right, and then this last final response, because UWC selects students from a diverse array of backgrounds, and so here we want you to really speak on anything that you want to give a greater context to. So whether it's something in your personal life, your community, your how you see the world, use this particular section to delve into that even further as well. This application for demonstrative purposes is by no means complete, but this is a way for you to check in to see what parts of your application need to be filled in. Once all of these statuses have check marks, you should then be able to submit the student application from here. And then even as you are submitting this or even prior to submitting this, be sure to keep up with your extracurricular advisor, your teacher recommendation, as well as your counselor school report and recommendation to make sure that they are submitted by your preferred application deadline. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to the selection committee. Thank you very much, and hope that you are all well, and hope to see your applications in the committee. We're excited to meet all of you.